That would be December the 11th, 2025 Industrial Committee, January 6th, 2026 Airport Committee. Okay. Approval of the budget amendments, that would be budget amendments 1 through 1.5. They have passed the Budget Finance Committee. Approve the payment of the monthly travel credit card use. Anything on the county commission side?
We don't want that yet.
Have not got theirs. And the mayor's is $637.32. Okay. Reports from county officials and all departments, Board of Education. Okay. Organization receiving contributions. Zach, I think in the budget finance meeting, you said that you got to send out the paperwork to the nonprofits.
It's already been sent.
Are you going to send out to them? So when will be the deadline for those people to put back in?
Tentatively set it for January 21st.
January 21st, stuff back in. Okay, information, Kathy, do we have anything on
No, we don't want it.
the, not? Okay, other matters, this month we will be recognizing the clerk and master's office, and that'll be Judge and Ms. Potter. Approved recognition of the road superintendent, Ron Dillback's office, and approved recognition of property assessor, Brandon Parton's office. Okay, also approved the 2026 Campbell County Highway Department road list, and approved TDA litter control agreement with Campbell County. I'll go back to the top. I need someone to carry the approval of the clerk and master's office. The road superintendent.
I'll carry
Brandon, property assessor's office. Dwayne Gibson. Okay. Okay, the highway department road list.
I'll do that.
Okay, approved TVA litter control agreement with Campbell County.
I'll take it, Coach.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else, Kathy, we need to,
No, none that I know of.
just those, okay, good. All right, Mayor, you have the floor.
I'd like to carry this formality to recognize the volunteers of the year. I've got an adult volunteer of the year will be Glennis Monday, and the youth volunteer is Sam Sexton. These will also be recognized in March, I think, by the governor down in Nashville. So we'll make a trip to Nashville then, but we will go ahead and recognize them. I think somebody carry those two for.
Okay. Guys, you have any problem with us making this entire county commission carrying those because of your
Sure.
with Glen's? So, we'll, the entire body.
Liver grant we've got. Okay, volunteer the Veterans Appreciation Breakfast, February the 7th, 8 to 10 at First Baptist Church, Jacksboro, will be sponsored by People's Bank of the South this time. That's all these people.
Yes, we work out those years.
Okay, I guess I'm good.
Is that it?
That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
It will be in March. And we already have sponsors ready for the whole year.
For Jacksboro.
One for Jacksboro, and I think we'd like one in Jellicoe. We'll get that.
Is that guys, one in Jellicoe? We have a good time, don't we, Tyler? We, you know, you need, if you get a chance, come over and eat with us. Okay. Recognizing commissioners, introducing resolutions, Tabitha. Reverse order, this time, yeah. Hey, I just want to let everybody know Scott is dealing with kidney stones and what else before. Yeah. I spoke to the young man today and listen, he's in a lot of pain, a lot of pain. So,
He was having trouble with his knee last week, wasn't
okay, here, resting.
he? Mr. Chairman, I don't have nothing. That's something wrong, but the quartermaster.
What's the other thing going about?
Pardon me?
Dave's giving you a hard time.
He's aggravated.
Dish it out, you gotta be able to take it.
Can we call him, ask him, check him out?
Now, listen. They might have to.
Hey, it increase your income.
It would.
So we don't have anything, Rusty?
Not this moment, we may have to come back.
Erica?
That's not counting.
Okay. Zach?
I just got the road list, and there'll be a Campbell County First Committee after
Okay.
after the meeting.
After the meeting next week? Okay, gotcha. Chris Markle here. Dwayne Kitts?
Just a couple of informational items, Coach, and some concerns, Mr. Chairman. The Campbell County Honor Guard, they finished the year with 133 funerals that they did, not counting the events, and it's a record year for them, and I'm proud of them. And they do a good job for the county. They're a good ambassador for the county, and I just want to make it known in public meeting that they've really been working hard. And also, we got traffic issues still on state routes throughout the county. And I'll be setting a recreation committee meeting for Monday, January the 26th at 6 p.m. If everybody can make it there, appreciate it. It's going to be discussing the winter projects at Long Shannon Park. And let's see, I think that's about it. Well, I got the TVA litter grant agreement. I'll be carrying it as well. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Zach, you want to recognize? Tyler? Okay, Bill?
I'll just be recognizing road superintendent, Roger Davis' office.
Okay. Dwayne Gibson?
I'll be recognizing,
Brandon Park?
Brandon Park, his office.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
while it's on my mind, you need to state if there was likely to be on the
Yes. For the record, in Budget and Finance, Ms. Hall had asked that we try to find some funds to help the seniors. And Mr. Morris will be checking on that for us, and hopefully we'll have a budget Monday night. That was approved by the committee. And so, take care of this. Okay. I don't have anything that I can think of. Okay. There's my dear. Coach, anything?
All right.
Okay. David?
Mr. Chairman, we're going to be having a FNS committee meeting tomorrow night, and I think there'll probably be some items for action out of that committee, so I'll put that on the agenda. And likewise, with building grounds, I think there'll be probably some items for action on that.
Okay. Anything else? Any other commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, before you move on,
Yes.
everybody's getting ready. And I said I didn't have nothing, but I just want to make certain. Flood control designee, are we going to have to do that this month? I know the partner gave up. Are we going to deal with that this month, and designate somebody to be on the flood control?
I talked to man, his team up
Yes, sir.
and he's gonna have a meeting in my office on the 29th, I believe it is. And he recommends a local person, Jay,
EMA.
EMA guy, so that's who he recommends. And that's probably, I haven't talked to Jay about that yet, so I guess we need to do that before we do it.
And I also have talked to our County Commission Association, and that's what they recommend also, is the EMA director, that's what's going across the state. So we'll deal with that, I guess, next month, try to appoint somebody for that position. Information, keep this in mind, on the resolution that you all had talked about for TDOT, did we get that sent in? So if you could prepare a copy for Zach and I, we'll be going down to that governmental affairs 1st of February on behalf of the County Commission Association, to lobby for things that we're asking for. We'll take it down again. Actually, don't forget, if it's deciding go to legislative meetings in Nashville, the last of February. So we can lobby for what we need to get. We may even have to make a trip over to TDOT's office, maybe hopefully take Senator Yeager with us, and maybe Representative Powers, because there must be something done. I agree with Beverly and Dwayne about, and all the commissioners that's up on the first, that's got troubles on these turns. And that's it. I just wanted to make certain, I know we had that, I thought I had something else, that flood control designated.
Anything else, Commissioner?
Just everyone needs to remember the financial disclosure.
Yes, that's true. You should have already received an email on that to go online and do your financial disclosure. So, Eric, if you need some help with that, that's a tablet we can set you up, okay? Taken care of. Okay? Anything else? Missy? Come on up, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to announce today for our chamber update and tourism update that our new tourism video is live. And the Chamber of Tourism Committee has been working on this diligently, and we are really happy with how everything turned out and highlighting the lakes and trails in our beautiful county. And so we're excited. It is on we have a tourism website. So I don't know if everyone knows that. We try to get that out there, get that information out there, but it's visitcampbellcounty.com. And the video is on the website now. It's also on the Chamber website, and it's on the Chamber social media. So if you follow us, thank you. If not, go to Facebook or Instagram and follow us, like, share. Because the more, I think, before I came here this evening, we had almost 1,000 views already, and it just went live this morning. So we're really excited about that. And when you look at it, when I have it tonight, I'm going to show you all tonight, and when you may see some familiar faces too on that. So we are scheduled to go to the Cincinnati Boat Show, and the first weekend is January 23rd through the 25th. So Dina and I will be going there. We'll take the video with us, and that will be looping throughout the show. And so we're really excited for that as well. So we're going to be going. We always have a really good time and good response at the boat show. We're really looking forward to that this year. So we'll be going there. So I have the video. It's about 2 minutes. And Tabitha helped me, and Mayor Lynch helped us get it set up this afternoon. And so, but to see it, you guys might have to, come and kind of stand around, and while we're going to get it's set up, but we just have to turn it on. So it's about a 2-minute video.
They are. Angela? Is she here? Are you gonna?
I'll take her place.
That'll be fine.
She went.
Had you already signed up here?
Yeah.
Name, please?
What's that? What's your name? Scott D'Amico.
Got you down here, buddy. I'll mark her out and leave you in, okay?
My name's Scott D'Amico.
Second. Scott, our rules and everything, we give you 3 minutes to speak, okay? And then at that time, you want to take questions, the commissioner will ask you questions. You good with that?
Yeah.
You have 4, sir.
My name's Scott D'Amico. Me and my wife Angela D'Amico, We own DTF Power Sports and DTF Market and Restaurant on Stinking Creek Road. And we're in with the side-by-side community. And we've been fighting with these trail passes. We go to all the TWRA meetings, and the last TWRA meeting we went to, they told us that they want to see you guys at these meetings. Because we're not gonna like what they're gonna do if we all don't get together and come up with some solution. And I just, I think there was one person down at the last TWRA meeting down there in Chattanooga, we just went to, and we actually made up some good points that they postponed their vote until March. They were, because if they raise it to their 300, then 400 and 500, this side-by-side stuff's done. And I know that was an unbelievable video that she did, but she left out the side-by-side stuff. I mean, that's as big around here as the lake is. I mean, you guys get more money from the side-by-side community than you do the boating, because Campbell County, they're getting taken advantage of by not, if I come down on a boat, I don't have to pay anything to use our good lakes down here. Norris Lake, don't cost me nothing. Don't have to register my boat down here, nothing. But if I come from out of town and go up into the woods, I gotta buy a pass, which you guys get the hotel motel tax from that. You get all the sales tax that we bring in. And I feel like, that video didn't show any of that. I mean, it's a good video, don't get me wrong, it was excellent. But that probably brings as much money in here, I feel, as what the lake's bringing in too. I mean, maybe not as far as property tax, but if we don't do something, all that hotel motel tax and all the sales tax that you guys are getting, like I'm doing in addition to our market right now. Guess where we buy our material? Right here in town. You get all that sales tax. If it don't continue and we don't get a handle on this TWRA passes and that, get something dedicated, we're gonna be in trouble. Because we actually found out at the last meeting, the reason they don't wanna do the dedicated trail pass right now. For every hunting license they sell for somebody to go up here on the mountain, they get an additional $47 kickback from the government. So if a hunting pass is $118, they're getting another almost $40 more off extra on top of that. So, I don't know, just unless, but.
You made the comment that they wanted to see us down there,
Yes.
the commissioners. We went to Memphis,
Yes.
if y'all remember.
Yeah,
And, like I said, I don't think there's anybody here that have a problem, going down there. If we need to, you said the next meeting's in March?
Nashville.
In
They
Nashville?
haven't posted it yet. I'm hoping it's in Nashville.
Okay.
we are gonna go to, we're gonna go visit Scott County. Because let's face it, they don't have any industry over there. I mean, we're pretty fortunate in Campbell County because, we do have a little bit of industry stuff over here too on top of that. And also Claiborne County and Knox County. They said they would like to see them guys involved too, since it directly affects it. And, it's
I
about,
don't think you'll have a problem. Like I said, how many of you ever went to Memphis with us?
There's quite a few of us spoke to.
Yes.
Yes. So, like I said, I don't have an issue with that, supporting you all.
yeah, we appreciate it. And anything we can do as a business or an individual, we're more than welcome to help out with anything at once. We've invested a lot of time and money, on Little Stinking Creek down there. And,
Rest of you have a question? Scott?
And I guess you probably know I'm big mouth, you've heard me speak down there. We've actually been lobbying with TWRA, with Director Maxidine and the board. I've been in contact with them before you went to Chattanooga. I couldn't make it to Chattanooga, I had some health issues going on. And we're going to continue not just only for the riding part, it's for businesses, but the local people. You know, we're looking at, if that fee's raised, what's it gonna do to local people that uses and has lived here for years and years and years, and that hunts and fishes? That's been my argument all the way through, plus that increase. And we actually presented, and it's still on the table, about some different issues of finding funding other than just reaching out and getting it from the people that uses it.
Absolutely, and
So, we've not forgot about y'all.
that was one of our biggest things, is they were trying to say they needed it self-funded. You know, they want like the writing part of it to be self-funded. And I said, we gotta be sensible here. Is there anything that TWRA does, it's self-funded with no money from anybody? It don't happen, you know, I mean, it's not, they're getting money from the government, grants and stuff like that, so nothing is truly self-funded.
But a lot of the laws has changed over the last couple of years. They have to stand along with the hunting, the fishing, and the riding. Our problem is here across the state, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're the only place that TWRA has that you can ride on, just like we do. So it kind of puts it in a pickle with all the boards that's set in the middle and west Tennessee. So educating them, and undoubtedly you all, Sheila and all of them did a pretty good job because they postponed it. Well, now the state had actually, what they presented back in October of last year, is that right? We went to Memphis.
Yeah.
Got kicked down by the state part, by the legislators, and the governor kicked all that down and stopped it. So they know that they're not gonna push anything through. So, but like I said earlier, Zach and I was going to, he's the chairman of the legislative affairs for the whole county commission association. And I'm one of the board members. We'll be going down in February, and we'll let the commission association know. And then in vice versa, when you all come down in the last part of February, we'll be let that known to our representatives across the state and people that, and Max Adine is a pretty smart individual if you talk to him. And they're just trying to find funding, but they don't need to get it from a source that's going to actually run them out of business. And they don't know what's going to happen.
Correct.
They could possibly run themselves out of business in just a heartbeat.
And, you know, and honestly, I mean, a lot of this tax money and everything like that, it does help, you know, the programs here in Campbell County. You know, I mean, it's, I don't know exactly, we couldn't find the numbers on the hotel motel tax to what percentage goes to where. I was under the impression that a part of that went to the school. But we couldn't find any evidence that the hotel motel tax went to the school. So we abandoned that idea when I was gonna come up here. So, but like I say, we appreciate your time. If there's anything we can do, we are more than welcome, whether it's giving our time, supporting anything, we're here 100%.
Regardless of whether we made it to Chattanooga, they actually know our feelings. I spoke to them previously. And, Sheila had actually contacted me and we passed that along to the commission. Hey, you know, if you want to go, the commission will pay the way to go to Chattanooga. But it seemed like everybody had something going on that weekend that was planned out. You know, I had some health issues. Did you have that? Breakdown?
If you can, when you find out the date,
It's usually the first March, like the first Thursday or Friday of the March, but they just haven't posted it yet. But as soon as they do, I can send you guys a letter.
I was gonna say, you could get it to the county mayor, that would he get it to us and so forth, then we can make plans.
So we made a trip to Gatlinburg.
Yeah, they did
One
that.
rainy, snowy
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
That's when you had a wreck.
I had a wreck.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
So
when they did
who do
that.
we contact about like the tourism board for the state of Tennessee in general?
I don't know, Miss, can you help us with that? Who's over the tourism board in the state of Tennessee?
Well, my contact is Andy Grimley, and Mark Azell is the commissioner for Department of Tourist Development. So, Mark Azell. So, I could try to get in contact with his office.
That'd be
Because
great.
we do-
You can work through, Missy through the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. We appreciate your time though.
Wait,
Oh.
David,
Oh,
want
go
to ask
ahead.
you a question?
just real quick, you mentioned that they said they wanted to be self-funded.
Yes.
Can you explain that a little more?
as your understanding?
Yeah, basically, whatever passes they sell for a riding pass. They don't want to take nothing out of they don't want grants, they don't want nothing. Whatever money they can get, that's what they want to spend on the trails. And if they don't have enough money to cover them, they'll just start closing some of the trails down. And that was my thing about it, is anything self-funded.
Well, I asked that question because when we were in Memphis, the question was asked to them. We asked that question, hey, if these fees pass in any amount, you know, I think there was some different options as to the escalation of the fees and the amount of the fees across the board. Can you guarantee us that that money will be spent in our area?
Now, they told us 100%.
And at that time, they said no, did it not?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now, they told us just recently that whatever money the pass is brought in, the OHV pass now, has to stay on the trails. And then here's another thing I don't know if you guys know about. You know, they just put that big connector trail in all the way from New River, all the way to Stinking Creek through the woods. Supposedly, I don't know the exact figure, they supposedly got $2 million grant to put all that trail in through there. All they did was just cut some trees away and bought new side-by-sides. Yeah. I don't know how you go about, because I'm not a politician, I'm just an average working guy. But I don't know how you go about asking them, hey, where did we spend that money? You know, it's supposed to be transparent, but whether it is or not, you know.
Hey, they do a lot of duck farms down
But
with Tennessee, ain't they?
But TWRA is actually, don't get money from the state. They are self-funded. They get some money from that hunt and fishing stuff out of the federal end, from that stamp. And that's why they're trying to put that money where it goes at, because they're actually, people's buying the stamps to ride, the permits to ride, with the hunting and fishing riding part, the Rod Royal Blue or the OHB.
Do you think our budget's going to be, you know, I told you earlier, our budget's going to be tight. TWRA, because the General Assembly didn't pass the increase, they're facing a $35 million
So what you were saying, Rusty, is they're buying, instead of buying a pass to ride,
Yeah.
they're buying
It's
the
the
hunting.
it's the cheaper end right now to buy the permit to ride on the wildlife managed areas.
Yes.
That's what you do.
We need a dedicated.
And they don't hunt, but when it turns around, the federal government's sending those extra dollars to them because of that. And it's got, and I understand it's got to stop, you've got to pay for it, and they pay as they go. Now, the state of Tennessee don't put any funding in unless it's through a grant or through something, but as far as a budgetary item, TWRA, it's not. Do I ever think it's gonna be that way? No. But they're gonna have to have a funding source. It's just like the county commission. I think, just like you all, if they raise those fees too high, and they don't figure it out, they'll put themselves out of business, and nobody will buy anything.
Correct.
Because the deer hunt, you're gonna use a side-by-side or a four-wheeler deer hunt. That's the way it works. You just not gonna park your truck up on Caribou Mountain on TWRA and walk 3 or 4 miles deer hunt. That ain't gonna work. And people's gonna quit buying these. And we try to explain that, and I think we've made our point across, but I think this is kind of a play. It's being a politician, you kind of look at plays and they put the state in a bind. And they said, well, we're not gonna pass nothing, you're just gonna pass something. So they're gonna leave it up to state legislators. It's not a good year. Guess what? Most of them's gonna have to run this year.
So like for your lake out here, you know, Norris Lake, like where we're originally from is Indiana, you had to buy a pass for that year if you wanted to boat on Brookville Lake. You know, and it just blows my mind that I can come from another state, put my boat in down here on your guys' lake, or
TVA on.
TVA Lake, whatever it is, and it's free. I mean, it's absurd. If that's the case, then you should be able to come down on a side-by-side and ride for free. You know, I mean, it's.
Two different entities.
That's what they were telling us, but, you know, I mean, it's, Whether that
You
goes.
look at it as one.
Yes, I mean, it's recreation, you know? Let's face it, you guys, Campbell County itself is losing so much money. If you just got a little percentage, if they would ever do it, for a boat pass, it would help out your guys' budget on top of that. But,
It's been tried, I'll tell you that. Years ago, it's been tried by a fellow commissioner that's no longer with us, has tried that, and he was told numerous times.
Leave it alone.
It's not gonna happen, because TVA owns the water, and the citizens of Tennessee owns TVA in essence. So you're gonna, yeah. Do I agree with it totally? No, but that's the way it is.
Scott, anything else?
nope, I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Agreement
Thank
is
you.
up, sir.
Okay, Nikki? Nikki, you know the procedure, buddy, say it.
My name is Nikki. I manage Eagle Rock Campground and Resort. I'm here for the same reason Scott is. So I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of it since we just had a pretty good discussion, I feel. I do have a tourism impact sheet that I prepared that I would like to pass out to y'all. That way you can see some numbers and stuff. And you can pass around any extras, give them to who's not here and whatnot. I wanted to, all right, I'll just read what I have and then I'll go in real quick. So 85% of the guests at our campground travel here from out of state. They're destination visitors who come specifically to ride, and while they're here, they spend money throughout the county on lodging, restaurant, fuel, groceries, local services. Because these are visitors that are traveling by choice, they compare destinations. So if this is to increase significantly, they're going to adjust, they're going to shorten their trips here. They're going to find other places like Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia to go to. And I mean, it's going to hurt us like we've been talking about. When they proposed this price increase last year, we noticed almost immediately. It got out in the public. We've been fortunate this year that it's not blasted all over social media, but it was all over social media, and it hurt us. I mean, our 4th of July sales we're usually at full capacity. Our 4th of July sales were nowhere near what they have been in the past. I think the whole industry felt it. It just, they already booked. It was too late by the time they pulled it and said, no, it's not going through. These people had done committed to other places. They weren't going to come spend $300 to ride when they were used to, $150 or less. I provided a one-page fact sheet that outlines how reduced visitation will impact the county and local businesses. I know this decision was made at the county level, but the impact is local. So we're respectfully asking for your guys' support in this, whether it be speaking, submitting a formal statement, or sending a representative to the commission meeting. It would be beneficial. They want to see you guys there. They made it perfectly clear that they want somebody from the county there speaking on the county's behalf, not just business owners speaking on the business's behalf. I did want to touch on a few things that Scott didn't get a chance to. They want money to put gravel down on 300 miles of trails. We don't want that. The riding community does not want that. They can cut costs in what they're seeking and come up with a better resolution than what they're presenting, a better proposal than what they're presenting.
If I'm not mistaken, we were in Memphis. Wasn't that brought up, the fact that they wanted, county does provide gravel?
Oh, yeah, they did bring that up in the Memphis meeting, yes. Would you be willing to provide gravel from the county quarries or whatnot? Yeah,
It's illegal for us to do it.
I'm sorry, but it's a little, 300 miles of, people don't want to ride on gravel.
They want the mud and dirt.
They want mud and dirt. I want mud and dirt when I'm out there.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure, there was some stuff about the TWRA's property taxes and what that's going to, that was brought up at this meeting in Chattanooga. I'd have to rewatch the video again to get a grasp on it, but they're pulling straws. trying to grab at something. We just need local support, and any guidance on other places, like you said, we're going to other counties and stuff like that. Any guidance that you guys have, I'm willing to step up in there and start getting in contact with people like we're doing here today with you guys, so.
I think every commissioner sitting here supports your all's effort. And if it's gonna say, you know it's gonna be Nashville, Chattanooga, I mean, it's in Chattanooga.
We don't know, it won't be in Chattanooga again, I do know that. I'm assuming it's gonna be in Nashville, but I have no idea. But we're going, as soon as we find out, we'll let you know.
It seems like anytime we do in East Tennessee, it's in Memphis.
Right?
Way down the road.
Well, they don't want us there.
We're on the street,
Exactly.
like it's gonna be in Nashville. It's out here, we wanna try to build the state to help out in the fund.
How many of y'all would be interested in going to Nashville with us? You see, there's pretty good contingency. If that's what they want, give it to them. Like I said.
They won't like it after we come.
They won't, but hey.
Usually Rusty and Jack did the talking for us in Memphis, so hey, we could, play the same thing. But I want you to know that we do support you, and we'll do whatever we can to help.
I will be willing, if y'all have any questions, want me to gather some numbers or anything that I can get a hold of for y'all, I'm willing to do so. I'm at Eagle Rock, I didn't bring a business card with me, but I'm not hard to look up, so.
It would be very nice if we had a representative on the board from Campbell County.
Yeah.
That could speak, because if I'm not mistaken, it's the biggest wildlife managed area in the state of Tennessee. And I think the closest one we have is, no, it's in Kingston, Miss Moody. It's the closest one that we have as a representative, and I think she's been supporting of East Tennessee. And you know who does all that appointing? Correct me, Mayor, if I'm wrong, does the governor of the state appoints the board, am I correct? Yeah. And we need a representative out of Campbell County,
Absolutely.
at least Anderson County, because that speak, because they know what's going on. Because Anderson County's got part of this. It goes a long ways. We just don't have the representation, and it's hard to fight people. As Johnny said, the duck blinds in West Tennessee, I reckon, I've never duck hunted. I think, David, you have, you've hunted down there. They got some good duck blinds, what I'm hearing.
They do. That's what they're really interested in. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. They
But
spend
that-
all their
we got
time
that-
thinking
we-
about that line.
I mean, we got that filled when we was in Memphis. Nikki, anything else?
Nothing else. Thank you for your
Listen,
time.
Hey, guys, thank y'all for coming. Like I said, please understand, hey, we support y'all 110%, and we will be at the next meeting. So just let us know, and
There'll be somebody there.
we'll have Tabitha to make some reservations, and hey, we'll see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tricia?
I'll make it quick, guys. So everybody wants to hit the road. So at the end of 2025, FCCA has seen record numbers in so many areas, and they're all positive. So after 10 years of plodding along really slow, I feel like 2025 we made some real headway. And I'm hoping that that will continue into 2026. So in 2025, the shelter cared for 1,868 animals in program. We vaccinated 3,129 pets. Those are not shelter animals, those are animals from the public. It's 3,129. We spayed and neutered 2,523 pets in our little closet of a surgery suite up there. Over 2,500. That's amazing. High volume spay neuter clinics do about 5,000, and they are a dedicated facility that operate multiple days a week. So we're getting a lot done out there. Sad note, we had 229 euthanasias in 2025. 138 of those were shelter animals, and 91 were end-of-life requests by the public.
we distributed 59,985 pounds of dog and cat food to our neighbors in need. Just so you know, Young Williams, the last time I checked, they had dispensed right at 100,000 pounds. It's a much bigger shelter, it's a much bigger county. So we're like the little shelter that could. We're just trying our best up there. And all of that food, 59,000 pounds, was donated by the public. So that's our community taking care of our community. We just distribute it. They bring it to us and we give it out. So I wanted to let you all know that impacted 928 families in our county. In December, we began with 168 animals. We intaked 70. That put us caring for 238 animals. We had 3 reclaims, 51 adoptions, 5 euthanasias. 1 was deceased in our care, and 46 went to rescue. The animal that was deceased in our care escaped from our kennels along with a buddy and was on the lam for over a week and was hit by a car on Toe String Road. So that animal is still in our care even though it left our premises. We did find homes for 97 animals, and 51 of those were local adoptions. And that goes back to, we're having record local adoptions. For the year, we had 537 adoptions. Now, back in 2015, it was closer to 30. So we're doing it. We're doing it. I don't know how we're doing it, but we're doing it. Our live release rate for 2025 was exactly 90%. That is what we need to maintain the no-kill status. And that can change anytime. It's just a number. It just takes one disease outbreak, one really bad month of puppies and kittens or anything else. We could lose that status at any time. So it's very, we're precarious. We're just kind of, we're towing the line and we're just barely there. So we're hanging on. But we had a conversation with this body, FCCA and this body had a conversation back in 2023, and we discussed where did we want to go with our animal shelter. And every commissioner said they did not want a kill shelter. Everybody wanted a no-kill shelter. We're doing it. It's not easy, but we're doing it. And I think that's something that the shelter can be proud of, the FCCA can be proud, and this commission can be proud. We've come a long way. So, really quick, I want to let you all know we did have our state inspection back on the 10th of November. Everything was satisfactory with the exception of the epoxy coating and the chain link fencing in the kennels, which is inside the shelter, not the outside kennels. So I sent all this to Tabitha just today so she can give it to Buildings and Grounds for tomorrow's meeting. But the state called me twice last week, wondering what we're gonna do about it. So I told them we have meetings this week, so hopefully we can get something together. I have not been able to find anyone willing to even look at the epoxy, nor have I been able to find very many people willing to give us a chain link estimate. I had one chain link estimate. I gave it to David back in October. It was handwritten. It was written and the amount. So I don't know how accurate that is, but that's the only estimate that I've been able to really get my hands on. So, does anybody have any questions?
Any questions? Yeah. The name of the department that told you you had to have epoxy fixed.
It's Department of Health.
Department of Health.
Animal Control Agency inspection, Board of Veterinary Medicine.
Do you have a name?
It's Dr. Everett. He's got it on here.
They've just installed some chain link below the shelter here recently.
Yeah, it's not installed. Believe it or not, that's a big hill.
Yeah.
that's just rock. Digging posts is about impossible. So that chain link, it's event fencing and it can be moved. It's been moved a few times already.
I seen it one day going up, and I was kinda curious what it was.
Yeah, it's a play yard, so when volunteers are bringing the animals out, they can go down there instead of being at the shelter where it's so
That's not
stressful. Yep. Yep.
But that's on the epoxy, I mean, and we've looked into this numerous times, went through a disaster with it. I don't have to, but the state ought to know there's nothing out there that we found that will work.
Well, the problem is, like where it's coming off in big chunks, and you can't clean it. So it's like if you peeled some of this paint off and then you tried to clean, you can't really disinfect it because it's not a solid surface.
So we've probably been way ahead, not even put it on.
Mhm.
That's all I got, though.
Yep.
Anything else? Okay. I think you said you got something for building and grounds.
Yep, I sent it to Tabitha. She'll get it to everybody.
Trish, thank you, bud.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else from this body?
Sure.
Wayne?
Mr. Chairman, after Commissioner Kitts mentioned the honor guard doing 133 some odd funerals, goes to show you the decline of our veterans in our community. We had the honor of escorting 383 families to the final resting place in 2025.
Wow.
That's over a third
Yes.
of the individuals who were buried.
Wow.
So we're losing our veterans
Yes,
at a
sir.
very high rate. So, I commend the honor guard, and that's just the ones they handled over here, then you've got those on the other side of the mountain as well. So we're not asking for nothing or anything, I just wanted to bring that down, 383 over 130 for veterans, and that doesn't count for any cremations that may have taken place. So it's an astronomical rate of veterans that we've lost in the last year. So,
Same.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Seeing none, entertain motion to adjourn.
Chairman, motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.